In this video, we're doing a throwback and we're taking a look at one of my favorite DSLRs of all time, the Nikon D3. Is this camera still a player in 2024, or is it more of a paperweight? Let's dig into this camera and see what I think about how it contends with other cameras in 2024, almost 17 years after its release. Let's get into it. The Nikon D3 was released in August of 2007, meaning in 2024 it's 16, almost 17 years old. So what are the specs of a 17-year-old camera? Well, for starters, this was one of Nikon's first. It was Nikon's first full-frame camera. This is where we actually get the designation of FX for a full-frame sensor, and later on DX for a crop frame sensor in the Nikon line. The D3 has a 12.1 megapixel sensor, and just to give you context, you may be laughing at the 12.1 megapixel sensor in the D3, but just know that the D2 had a 4 megapixel sensor, so think about that. And it also has the original X-Speed 1 processor. So the D3 was a pretty cool sports camera. That's actually what I used it for. It would get about 9-ish frames per second, and back in the day, that was wicked fast. The D3 also had 51 autofocus points, and I'm pretty sure the D2, the D3's predecessor, had like 10 or 11. So this made leaps and bounds in 2007 when the D3 was released. Now the D3 is an absolute brick. It is a chunky camera body. I call my Canon 5D Mark II a brick, which was released in 2008, about a year after this. So I kind of put those cameras on the same pedestal, the D3 and the 5D Mark II, as kind of competitors. And I think the 5D Mark II was probably Canon's answer to the D3. And these cameras are supposedly built to have about a 300,000 shutter count life. And it's still cruising. I don't know how many tens and tens of thousands of photos that I've taken with this, but you can still pick them up used. They're still going. Today, you can find these for $200-300 in pretty good shape. Probably going to have a lot or a high shutter count and a lot of shutter actuations. But back in the day, this thing was almost $5,000 brand new in 2007. I would not have been able to afford a D3 back then. I bought this for $400 or $500 back in 2017, 2018-ish. I found a really good deal at a pawn shop, and I saw this camera and I was like, that is a beastie DSLR. I need a new Nikon DSLR. I will pick up this used Nikon D3 and see if I can add to that shutter count and see what it can do for me. And this thing has just performed since the day I got it. So as I said before, the D3 was released in 2007. A year later, Nikon introduced the D3X in 2008, and that was a 24 megapixel sensor, like I said, probably to compete with the Canon 5D Mark II. And then 2 years after the original D3 release in 2009, the D3S was released, and they went back to a 12 megapixel sensor, but it was an improved 12 megapixel sensor and a little bit different apparently than the D3. But what I have here is the original bad boy himself, the Nikon D3. So why do I personally enjoy the D3 so much? Well, this is my first full-frame Nikon, and it's also Nikon's first full-frame Nikon. I originally started on a D70, a D80, and a D90 back when I was in high school, and those were my first DSLRs. Those were crop sensors, but there was just something so special about the full-frame sensor, the amount of light you can get on this sensor, and just the awesome images that you can take with it. Keep in mind, it is the photographer taking the images, not the camera. The camera just collects light. It requires a human, it requires a person, a brain, an artist to make those exposures. This is just a tool, but sometimes you can fall in love with a tool. So throughout this video, I'm going to show you guys some photos I've taken with the Nikon D3. It has gone with me in blizzards. It has been with me in rainstorms, in mist, in fog, in the hot, in the absolute freezing cold, and this camera performs. So if you're looking for a camera that's just going to keep performing and last basically forever, you can use it as a paperweight. You can create awesome art with it, and you can just do so much with the D3. I joke around about the paperweight. This thing is heavy. I could do bicep curls with this thing and probably get some much bigger muscles. But the D3 has done me very well. If you're looking for a used camera, it's a great counterpart. If you want to beat something up a little bit, the weather sealing, the solid build quality, these massive batteries that come in the Nikon D3, these are the EN-EL4 batteries, big chunky lithium ion batteries, huge battery compartment underneath. They don't last forever anymore. I don't think anyone even makes replicas of these anymore. They might be somewhere on Amazon for some third-party batteries. But the D3 is beastie. The D3 can do pretty much whatever you need it to. I throw a 50mm on here or an 85mm prime, and the nifty 50 or the 85 is great for portraits. Throwing a 14 to 24 on this makes it great for landscapes. 70 to 200 still makes it really good for sports. So the autofocus may not be the fastest in the world, the processor may not be the newest in the world, and the sensor may not be the largest, but this is still a decent camera, especially if you're a beginner, especially if you want something maybe to buy your kid. They're going off to college, they're in high school, they need to be able to beat something up a little bit. This is a great inexpensive used camera that you can pick up for cheap. It'll probably come with a lens, and you can probably get it for $300, maybe $400 with some sort of a cheap lens with it. I highly recommend a nifty 50, a little 50mm Nikkor lens, the 1.4G. Those typically run $250-ish, maybe $300 tops, but you'll have yourself a great little kit here with a D3 and a 50mm. You throw on a 24 to 70 and you are unstoppable. Again, I will have all of these links down in the description so you don't have to go looking for them. But those are my opinions on the Nikon D3. Is it still a contender in 2024? Well, today's camera specs absolutely blow the D3 out of the water. There are still some Sonys out there that have 12 megapixel sensors. They're much newer, they're much faster, they work in like no light. I get that, but you drop them and they're probably not going to work. You can drop this out of a helicopter or an airplane and it's still probably going to work. You can freeze this and it's going to work. You can overheat it, leave it out in the rain, and it's still going to work. So again, if you may be looking for a camera for college, a camera to beat up a little bit, a camera that your kid may end up chewing on or your dog may end up chewing on, same thing, go with a Nikon D3. You can get it for super cheap and it's going to last because while it is a paperweight, I still think this camera is a player in 2024. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little Nikon D3 throwback review. For a camera that's 17 years old, it's not too shabby. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe to my newsletter down below. I'm still working on my Photography Insider newsletter, and I hope you guys sign up for that. Until next time, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and until next time, get out and go shoot. So is the Nikon D3 still good in 2024? Yeah, it's okay. I'm just kidding. Let's really dive into the Nikon D3 and see what's still good about this 17-year-old DSLR.